Ah, Stoneface.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
In Aiden portals, you can do 3 things. You can save your game. Let's do that. But only once. I think it's once per world or once per portal. I think it's just once per portal. Because once per world, that's kind of weird. And also kind of redundant because there's a different saving system. So if you want to use that, just use that. But you can also get full health and full ammo recharges once per world. These charges do regenerate if you leave the world and enter it again. But while you're in the world, the charges will not regenerate after being used. So, if anything, I'd say save them for the best moments when you really need them. Speaking of which, here's a shotgun in action. You can use it from a pretty far range, despite what you might think about a shotgun. And right now it has regular green shells. But just you wait till we get a hold of some red shells. That's gonna be interesting. Already the shotgun is a formidable weapon against these bastards, as just about one shot can knock them out. But the red shells are explosive shells, which can make them die even easier, and against certain more armored enemies it's a very effective weapon. Not to mention, it can lead to some pretty gruesome deaths.
Child rescue.
Can't wait till we get a hold of those. I can actually go through this level pretty much blind now, because I played through this level so many times, as I'm sure many others have. But why did I choose this version over the N64 version? Well, besides the fact that I would need an actual N64 emulator to start playing it, because I don't have the actual console, and I'm not planning on getting it. The other reason is because it's not that good. The sound quality is even shittier than the one on PC, and I don't even want to imagine what kind of sound mixing issues that has. The controls, as I already mentioned, are pretty poor. As expected for a console game, really. They're trying to play an FPS an FPS Metroidvania with a fucking controller. You can only expect shitty controls. But I think graphics might also be sorry about that. I think the graphics might also be pretty shittier actually than the ones on the PC version. And if that is the case, I really don't want to know anything about that. Because the graphics, while decent enough right now, they will get a bit disorienting, if not outright fucking disgusting to look at later on. And if they're worse on the N64 version, I couldn't tell from what I've seen so far. Yeah, you probably want to stay away from that shit. Anyway, this corner here is one of the many infinite respawn corners. If you wait long enough, ammunition and health will continuously respawn there until you have nothing more to recharge. If you really need to get some extra ammo and got some time to kill, be your own guest. There's some shells you can pick up inside this pond. I don't remember how to open this gate, but I know you can open it. Exploding shells will make short work of just about anything. But it can also lead, like I said, to some of the more gruesome deaths. It actually makes them explode in bits. Anyway, since we didn't get to see that, we'll instead check out something else. This switch is a warp portal switch, and this is the aforementioned warp portal. Step inside it and you will be greeted with, well, this room. Walk a bit further and you'll get a cutscene explaining what it is.
This is a talisman chamber, a holy place that evil cannot enter. Activating the warp portals opens gateways to these ancient sanctuaries. Your quest will require you to locate 5 sacred talismans. The talismans will grant you immunity from certain types of danger and allow you access to new areas that must be explored. The spirits that watch over these chambers will require an offering of a mystical eagle feather before a talisman can be secured. There are 5 talismans and 5 eagle feathers that must be found as your quest unfolds.
I wonder if they have that visual glitch right here. No. Okay. I know on one of these altars, if you shoot it, I think it either bleeds or some kind of a graphical glitch happens. But with this fire here, you can actually jump into it and it will hurt you. So don't. But as you can see right now, this talisman chamber does not contain anything in particular. It's only here for demonstration purposes. But as Adon has said, talisman chambers are important in this game, because, well, like I said in the beginning of the playthrough, there is no such thing as not a 100% run. You will need to do everything to beat the game. And some of you might be saying, well, that's just bullshit. Well, maybe, maybe not. But be lucky that the levels aren't that big to begin with. Let's have a look at that inventory of ours. Why not? Not much to see here right now, but if you're actually... If your brightness is actually good enough, and you just squint your eyes, you can see that there's quite a few things you can pick up in here. For one, all of the things that are numbered, except number 6, that doesn't have anything, you need to collect level keys for that. Is that a problem? Kind of. Because all of the levels are actually locked up behind gates. And without level keys, you cannot access these levels. So, you need to get a hold of them. And you know what is the bad thing about some of the keys? Some of them tend to be in areas which can only be accessed under certain circumstances. Ah, this is one of the better deaths. He just blows himself up. Amazing. In other cases, it's not the level keys that you'll be needing to get with the special powers from the talismans, but rather another set of keys which are required to actually beat the game. They are there, right in front of us. But unfortunately, there's a bunch of stinking dinosaurs trying to shoot us up. So, let's shoot them. Here we go. That over there is known as the Primogen key. You need about 6 of those, I believe, to actually get a hold of Primogen and beat the shit out of him. If you get them earlier than the game intends you to, through the use of cheats really, you'll get to fight him, but you won't get the good ending. I think it will just say that, well, too bad you didn't manage to get any of the totems saved, so things happen. And so you get the bad ending. But as you can see, that's a pretty big gap. I don't think you can jump over that. In fact, you can't. So why am I saying that? But as you can see, there's this thing here. That looks very suspicious. Maybe we can figure out what it does later. But as of right now, it does not do jack and shit. Anyway, we also picked up another item. An upgraded bow known as the Tech Bow. Tech Bow comes with a sniping sight. Well, basically a scope, which you can use to get up close and personal with these guys from a distant range. But it also comes with exploding tech arrows. Tech arrows are awesome. Unfortunately, you can only hold 10 of them at a time, so that's a problem. Anything to pick up here? Just some bullet. Bullets and shells will be the most common ammo types you'll be finding any time of the day. Oh, we need to open this up actually. Oh, shot you in the face! And this is a level 3 key. We need to collect 3 level 2 and 3 keys before anything can be done about this place. I know you can open that, but I do not remember where exactly is the switch for it. I know it's somewhere close by, because usually the switches for these kind of things are not that far behind. It's just a matter of getting to them. Can be a little convoluted at times, especially when they require you to do some pretty interesting jumps. For all I know, it could be up there actually. It could be. We could try to see. This level isn't very big, but in case you do feel lost, no worries. Hit that caps lock and you will be greeted with the action map. Or I think that's how it's called, but it's basically a wireframe map, which is auto-drawn whenever you explore areas that you haven't explored before. That's awesome. There's 2 ways to get to that ultra health pickup. One, you can try parkouring and get over to those things. Damn it, I forgot the word. Basically those plants. Try jumping over the plants. There's also a different way to go about it, and just find the switch which opens the doorway to get to the roof with the fuck. To get to the roof with the ultra health pickup easier. Well, this was a waste of time, wasn't it? I know there's a way to open that, but I can never remember how you open it. And I'm not gonna bother finding out, because there really is no point. I don't know if it opens up even in this particular area. Sometimes you have to do quite a lot of backtracking in this game to get something going, so fuck it, I don't really care. For all I know, the solution could be up there, but good luck getting up there. Well, Bill, actually, you could get up there, but I don't think it's worth it. Nah, you just get some life force and a health pickup if you need one. That's about it. We could probably just parkour there. But I know there's an easier way to get around there. I just don't remember how you do it. I do know that you could parkour to those plants, but I don't remember if you could only do it in multiplayer or you could do it in single player as well. The thing is, in multiplayer you could just set your field of vision to fisheye lens mode, which would somehow make you go faster. That was a really weird bug. And because of that, it allowed you to jump some pretty incredible distances, which of course would allow you to get to the plants much easier. Not sure if you can pull off that trick anymore in single player, but if you can, well, that's pretty awesome. Anyway, don't go past this place just yet. There's another kid to save. Pull this switch and go down there. If your brightness is just high up enough, these flashlights are pathetically useless.
Shotgun.
Oh, this is where you can get another shotgun in case you missed the first one. I believe there's at least 3 pickups of the shotgun in this level, in this world alone. So, if you actually miss the shotgun twice, you still have a chance of getting it. Not that you should ever miss something this obvious. As you can see, blowing up the dinosaurs is so satisfying, especially these guys. They just... oh, they explode so nicely. their top half just gets obliterated. And some of the other guys, they can get destroyed in even more gruesome ways. Like that guy, he just got his head blown off. Literally. Awesome.
Flashlight.
And seeing as how there are more varieties of enemies, there will be also more varieties of gruesome deaths, which makes just about anyone who played this before and plays it now pretty moist. But that's okay, because it's a good game. It's definitely one of the better games out there. I gotta say, the music, for one. One of the best soundtracks that I've heard for a game in a long time. It's quite upbeat, quite hype. And later on it does tone down the hypeness levels, but it still stays pretty nice. And it has awesome length for soundtrack. You know how most tracks usually tend to loop after about a minute or two, maybe 3? This one tends to go as high as about 9 minutes before actually doing a first loop. That's fucking crazy for a soundtrack of a game this old. But it only shows how much effort was put into this game, and I enjoy it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Unfortunately, this game is not without its own share of problems. For one, aiming can be a bit of a hassle even on a PC version, because the mouse is not too sensitive. And as far as I know, there aren't any settings that you can change to do anything about it. There are some sort of horizontal and vertical sensitivity settings, but I didn't bother to tinker with them at all, because I feel they might be a little too sensitive to tinker with. And right now it's not too bad. It just sometimes it feels like it could be a bit more sensitive, a bit more precise. Unfortunately, you don't really get that luxury, but maybe it's just supposed to be like that, you know? It's an extra challenge. Shells, I don't need those. Fuck out of here, bitch. Throughout the levels you will find these simple portals scattered all over the place. They just take you to a different point of the same level. Oh look, this is useful. Dinosaurs which have no ranged attacks will always just casually observe you, or just start running in panic whenever they cannot reach you. Ouch. It actually blew his head off. Like this raptor. If you make noise, he'll start running around, being generally annoying to hit. So if you want to land some more precision shots, you probably want to wait till he actually stops moving so damn much. There we go. That wasn't too bad. A bit more about the weapons. Bows, for instance, are pretty nice all-purpose weapons, because while the tech arrows will explode after use, regular arrows will not break or anything like that. So if you manage to hit them, if you manage to hit something with them that's a reasonably hard surface and it doesn't make the arrow despawn or just outright vanish for some reason, you can pick them back up, making them some of the most universal pieces of ammo ever. The bow will probably be the most useful weapon in this entire game, because you can use it against just about anything. You can use it against Primogen, which, by the way, is very funny to do if you have, if you especially have cheats on, because you can just shove hundreds of arrows into his face, and whenever he dies, all of those arrows have to go somewhere. They go into you, and they make you look fucking funny as shit. I can show that to you sometime later.